The irony. I'm very tired today, and I was really not feeling creating an episode, a full episode, especially. Like, I just don't have it in me. I got back into town on Sunday from Medellin. I'm in Tucson right now in my humble abode. It took like 30 hours. I was in airports for 28 of those. I slept on the floor in the airport in Dallas Fort Worth because after 7.5 hours of delays in Miami, and then getting stuck on the tarmac for 2 hours because there wasn't any room in the gates, and then a baggage cart broke down in front of the plane. I didn't get into Dallas Fort Worth until like 2:30. My next flight was at 8, so I'm not gonna try and go somewhere. I just kind of wandered around, went to a lounge because it was one of many fortunate events, even though there was a series of unfortunate events. I mean, it was a comedy of errors trying to get back here. There were so many silver linings. For example, people were very pleasant, despite the fact that we were waiting in the airport for like 8 hours before we took our flight. And then we waited in the airplane for 2 more hours. People were just like, well, and then the baggage truck broke down. I'm like, that's ridiculous. What else? You can't even you just laugh at that point. But the international banking card thing that I use, the virtual card, comes with free airport lounge passes if you have a delayed flight. Who knew? So I was all right with that. Then when I finally returned to Tucson, of course, my luggage was not with me. So I had to wait an extra day for that. So I was up for like 30 hours, minus my little airport camping trip, which was only a couple of hours. So Sunday, I was not a useful human being. Yesterday, still recovering. Today, verging on normal. But in one of my series of Saltos de Fe, clearly still recovering, I am getting ready to sell my house. So I got notice today that the photographer can come here not on the 29th, but in fact tomorrow. So I've spent most of the day getting my place ready for real estate photography. Thankfully, they sent me a little guide, which is apparently it's pretty much just like remove all of your personality from the home, just leave the furniture. So that's what I've been doing today. And man, yeah, I was not feeling making a podcast episode because I was like, what am I going to talk about? I'm tired. I don't feel really polished. This is not going to be a perfect, scripted episode. But I was thinking a little bit over the past week, how I want this podcast to look. I don't want it all to be me stream of consciousnessing my audience, especially not for 40 minutes every time. And I don't want to be posting multiple times a week. So the solution to that is I want to provide full-length episodes where I interview other people and give you more just general helpful content if you are in the midst of making a change. And every other week, you're going to get a Salto de Fe Side Quest, which is just me talking about my journey to sell my house and relocate to another country, enroll in a school to learn another language and live there on a student visa, move my cat there, find a place to live, take dance lessons, take voice lessons, revamp my business, start coaching again. I have kind of taken a break from that. And create another gut health resource because actually, I don't know if I'm ready to fully come out of retirement. There are things that need to be said still. And before I went into retirement, before I became, semi-retired, I was conceptualizing a tool that would be very helpful for folks who want some way to practically track their gut health based on the 3Ds of gut health. So, an evidence-based way to integrate the aspects of health that people usually are speaking about when they say gut health, which is that meaningless term, really. So those are my big projects, which is a lot. just selling your house is a lot, but selling your house and then moving to another country and with your cat and learning another language and revamping your business, those are all a lot. But that all is kind of like part of the same package to me. And yeah, this ain't my first rodeo, so I feel good about it. Not to say that I'm not tired. Like today, I definitely was. But I have learned to work with the capacity that I have. And acceptance makes such a huge difference. I mean, that trip back could have been way worse had I decided to be in a bad mood about it and like ruminate and sit with the frustration. It would have sucked even more. But I was just kind of like, this is not enjoyable. I would not choose to do this if I had any say in the matter, but I don't. And so I'm not going to waste my energy being angry about it. There's literally nothing I can do at this moment. I just had my little neck pillow. I rested. I practiced some gratitude for people being pleasant despite the circumstances. I laughed at how ridiculous things were. And then I just came back and slept. And today I spent a lot of time and energy getting my house ready. And I'm not done yet. And today is just going to be good enough. Today, this side quest is going to be good enough. This is me just authentically showing you what it's like. And I already had actually, I already did one of these. I didn't have this sound on. So you're getting the shortened version. This is maybe a little more polished. And it's obviously not. So you can just imagine how the first round went. So the purpose of these side quests is, yeah, just to give you like a real sneak preview, a real sneak peek on what's going on in my life, which right now is I'm going to wake up extra early tomorrow, go on my walk because that is super important to me. It's a great way to just start picking up the momentum because neither ADHDers out there, y'all know objects in motion, right? I made the mistake of sitting down. That's why I'm still sitting down. Yeah, so I know I can finish it in the morning, and I know that this side quest episode is not going to be the most polished, and that's okay. It's done. I wanted to make sure that I was putting things out on Tuesdays, and so for consistency's sake, that's what I'm doing. I probably won't do anything fancy with this. It's going to go on the internet, and hopefully we'll reach people who need to hear the message that perfect is the enemy of done. Don't let that hold you back from practicing whatever the thing is that you want to do. I want to get better at podcasting, so I have to be consistent in practicing. I want to practice selling my house. That doesn't really apply, but you know what I mean. I have to chip away at the goals that I have with whatever capacity I have that day, with however many spoons or whatever you want to call it, and leave a little bit for the next day. So that's my message to you today. I hope that that's helpful. I'll keep you posted. Every other week, I'm going to be alternating between a regular episode and a side quest episode. So in 2 weeks, I should be en route to Virginia to see my parents, having listed my house and organized all my stuff and figured out what meager belongings I need to take with me to another country, which is not a lot. I'm not a very like materially attached person, which makes travel very easy. And I will just have more exciting updates as I make vast renovations to my life. So till next time, keep trusting yourself.